Zen in the Markets, Confessions of a Samurai Trader 52. Expect nothing, be prepared for everything. Samurai Trader's Maxim number 4. Pessimism never won any battle as thoughts of Rev Sun and Kubos. Zen in the Markets. Part V, Zen Tools for Traders. Zen in the Markets, Confessions of a Samurai Trader 53. Focus on your purpose. Samurai Trader's Maxim number 5. Chapter 13, Inner Game Techniques. The old Ponta frog jumps in plop. Basho. Before I start trading each day I do some mental training. I like to call it inner game trading techniques. Usually I do these at home before I leave for the exchange. The order in which I do them is important, as each step is built upon the state of mind produced by the previous technique. In this book I mentioned the importance of meditating in order to clear the mind of distractions. There are numerous styles of meditating. You should investigate as many of them as possible and choose the one that works best for you. None of them is inherently better than any other. It really is a matter of investigation and experimentation to see which style fits you best. Step 1. Meditation. I try to meditate at least 20 minutes a day, usually shortly after I awaken. Sometimes I even meditate at night, depending upon how discombobulated I am from a hectic day. Here is what I do. I have a meditation cushion in my bedroom. I simply sit down, slowly fold my long legs, and nearly close my eyes while maintaining a posture that keeps my back fairly erect. Next, I breathe slowly and deeply until I feel relaxed. When thoughts enter my mind, and they do, I do not engage them but simply watch them go to and fro. Eventually they stop. After all thoughts have ceased to arise in my mind, I just sit and do not focus on anything. I try to do this for at least 20 minutes. It produces a very calm and clear mind, something essential for focusing and being in the flow of the market. As a beginner you will find thoughts popping in and out of your mind faster than you can count. Do not fight them. Just see them flow through as though you were watching clouds. Try to focus upon your breath by counting exhalations. I'll bet that you cannot count up to 10 breaths before becoming distracted. Eventually you will get there. Do not become discouraged. Practice makes perfect. Just keep up your practice. Step 2. Visualizations. After I have prepared my mind, I try to visualize the many waves that occur during the trading day. There are up waves, and there are down waves. My job is to ride each wave as far as I can, no matter which direction. Basically, I visualize a circle of prices moving in one direction or another. I see myself getting on that wave and, when it peaks or bottoms out, reversing and going with the next wave. I repeat this over and over again. I see myself taking losses quickly and also see myself riding winners for as long as possible. I try to do this for at least 5 minutes a day. Sometimes I repeat this routine at night before I go to bed. I believe it works because it cuts a neurological circuit that the brain is familiar with and thus can evoke quickly when needed. It is just my theory. All I know is that it works. Step 3. Affirmations. Affirmations are messages to your unconscious that help produce a given result. After I am done visualizing, I repeat over and over again the following silently to myself. Every day and in every way I am able to let my profits run and cut my losses quickly. I am a winner. Basically, affirmations give you the opportunity to program your computer. In this case it is your subconscious. What I have briefly outlined takes about 30 minutes. Like any other professional game player, you have to prepare yourself for your sport. In the trading game, preparation is mostly mental. Zen in the Step 4. Extras. If I am in the trading pit and feel that I am losing it, I sometimes use the following techniques. I try to recenter myself by breathing slowly and deeply until I feel relaxed and focused again. A technique I learned in a workshop, called Open Fukuza training, involves imagining spatial distances. This powerful tool produces a samurai-like state of awareness that is perfect for the trading environment. N. Zen in the Markets. Chapter 14, Haiku for Traders. Haiku for traders? Are you kidding? My whole purpose in reading and sometimes trying to create haiku poems is to get myself out of my thinking mode and into my feeling mode. I find that the contrast of the images in haiku poetry is beautiful, refreshing, and sometimes startling to the point of flashing insights into my inner person. First, what is haiku poetry? In the original Japanese form, haiku consisted of alternate lines of 5, 7, and 5 syllables in which the poet had to both convey a mood and present a picture that would challenge the reader's or listener's imagination. It was the shift in images using the most minimal of words that produced the pleasurable experience for the reader, the listener, and the poet. More often than not, a direct or subtle reference to one of the changing seasons was a feature of haiku. More macho readers should remember that many a samurai warrior would create or read haiku before and after battle. I have sprinkled some of the most famous haiku throughout this book. Get a book of haiku poetry. I know that you will enjoy it. Take a haiku challenge and try to compose a few lines of verse. Enjoy! Chapter 15, Zen Notions. And what do you think is your true nature? A snake wanted a ride across a pond and asked the turtle to give him a ride to the other shore. The turtle refused, saying that he did not want to take a chance on the snake biting him. The snake pleaded and pleaded, saying that he would not bite him. He promised over and over again that he would not. Finally, the turtle gave in and took the snake across the pond on his back. The snake got off, turned around, and bit the turtle. The turtle protested, "You promised not to bite. I circumflex." The snake replied, "You cannot help it. 'Tis my nature. I circumflex." Are you sure of your true nature despite all of your protestations to the contrary? N. Mr. Dark meets Mr. Sun. Darkness wondered what light looked like. Thus it came to pass that one day Mr. Dark said to himself, "I'll go visit Mr. Sun. I circumflex." So Mr. Dark left his home and traveled upward. As he approached Mr. Sun's home, the sky turned a golden color. As he arrived, he exclaimed to Mr. Sun, "This is wonderful. I have never experienced anything like this before. I circumflex." After a while, Mr. Dark prepared to go home. Mr. Sun said, "Ye have never seen darkness. May I accompany you?" I circumflex. So Mr. Sun and Mr. Dark descended to earth and went deep into the darkest bowels of the earth. Mr. Sun looked around and said, "Well, where is the darkness?" I circumflex. Everywhere Mr. Sun looked, he did not see any darkness, because where there is light there can be no darkness. N. Zeners are you? Leaders say that there are 4 kinds of horses: excellent ones, good ones, poor ones, and bad ones. Before it sees the shadow of the whip, the best horse runs slow and fast, left and right, at the jockey's will. Just before the whip touches its skin, the second best will run as well as the first one. The third one runs when it feels pain on its body. The fourth one will run only after the pain touches the marrow of its bones. What does it take for you to become the first horse? N. Zen in the Mark. How empty is your cup? A Zen master had a visitor who wanted to know more about Zen. Instead of listening, the visitor simply wanted to show off his own ideas as the master was pouring tea. The master poured tea into the visitor's cup until it was full and then kept pouring. Finally, the visitor could not restrain himself. "I don't you see that my cup is full?" I circumflex, he asked. "You cannot get any more." I circumflex. "You are right, I circumflex," said the master. And he stopped. "And like this cup of tea, you are filled with your own ideas. How can you expect me to give you Zen unless you offer me an empty cup?" I circumflex. N. Who is right? One windy day, 2 monks were arguing about a flapping banner across the shore. The first said, Say the banner is moving, not the wind. I circumflex the second said, say the wind is moving, not the banner. I circumflex. A third monk passed by and said, if the wind is not moving, the banner is not moving. Your minds are moving. I circumflex. Just do it. A new monk came up to the master Joshua. Have just entered the fellowship, and I am anxious to learn the first principle of Zen. I circumflex, he said. Will you please tell it to me? I circumflex. Joshua said, have you already eaten your supper? I circumflex, the novice answered. Have eaten. I circumflex. Joshua said, wash your bowl. I circumflex. Zen parable. Zen in the markets. Confessions of a Samurai Trader 63. The direction we are facing has a lot to do with our destination. Thoughts of Rev Sun and Kubos. Zen in the markets. Glossary. Zen in the markets. Confessions of a Samurai Trader 64. Harmony. Bear. An opinionated person who believes that prices will fall. Bear market. A market in which the flow results in declining prices. Breakout. A price gyration beyond the previous highs or lows. Bull. An opinionated person who believes prices will rise. Bull market. A market in which the flow will result in rising prices. Bushido. The conduct code for samurai. Call option. A contract that gives a buyer the right to purchase the underlying commodity or security for a specified price in a specific time period. Charts. A graphic depiction of previous price movement, worthless for determining future price determination. Contrarian. A very opinionated person who goes against the flow of the market. Day trade. A trade that is offset that same day. Enlightenment. The moment you know how little you really know. Zen and the fundamental analysis. Using economic data to forecast prices. Local. An exchange member or floor trader who trades for his own account. Long. A position that benefits by rising prices. Mushin. Pure consciousness of no thought. Pit. The circular area on a trading floor where business is conducted. Put option. A contract that gives a buyer the right to sell a specific commodity or security at a given price for a specific period of time. Resistance. The point at which rising prices stop. Samurai. A warrior's warrior. A person who attacks his problem selflessly. Satori. Pure enlightenment. Sensei, a learned teacher. Stop order. A buy or sell order placed above or below the market that is executed when your predetermined price is hit. Support. The point at which falling prices stop. Switch parameters. Those numbers that determine when the flow of the market has changed for you. Tick. The minimum price fluctuation for a commodity or security. Warrior. A person involved in resolving a conflict, be it internal or external. Whipsaw. When price flow changes direction rapidly back and forth and back again. Zen. Effortless effort. The religion of the samurai. Zen in the markets. Addendum for the internet. Zen in the markets. Confessions of a Samurai Trader 68. How I use the internet. The biggest problem every trader has is executing their plan. Emotions get in the way and spoil an otherwise good trading approach. I always knew when computers could execute a sound strategy and add the money management discipline that most traders sorely lack, this style of trading would be catch on and work for almost all traders. Who wouldn't want to have their orders executed at the best possible price and get the report of the transaction back before their finger left the computer mouse? I just didn't know how quickly, and I certainly didn't foresee the gigantic impact of the internet. Globux, the order matching engine created by the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and Reuters began the era of electronic order entry and execution. Its success can be attributed to the fact that the CME had highly liquid and volatile products like the SANP 500 E-minis and continued to add more as the E-minis proved to be the most liquid electronic trading vehicle ever invented. Superior technology certainly contributed to Globex's outstanding growth. Stock trading firms soon offered their customers direct access trading, and the battle for market share began. Customers got much lower commissions and near-instant order executions. What more could a trader ask for? Many futures and stock exchanges around the world went all electronic and eliminated the need for a floor trader broker population. Though reluctant to do so, most futures, stock and options exchanges in the US are following suit. I also knew that the ideas and strategies expressed in this book could be translated into a software program that would buy and sell according to my plan. It would not be dependent upon me to decide whether to take or not take the signal, whether I was tired of being whipped around by a choppy market. It would just do it, thus taking the emotion out of my trading, helping keep me in my winners, and cutting my losses even if I couldn't do it on my own. I just needed to find a programmer capable of translating the ideas in this book into computer code for my software. My lucky day was when I met Jan Arps at a speaking engagement I did before a trading station users group he ran in North Carolina. I chose Jan to program Zenware because he was a proven pro with more than 40 years of trading and programming experience. He is one of the best in the business. Jan was able to translate my ideas into a program that I called Zenware. This program runs on the trading station platform and provides me with the ability to backtest deep into the past to see the results of different trading strategies with various switch parameters and trading timeframes. I then interpret this information and use it for my live trading. Those orders can be executed instantly using my own automated order execution programs and AutoTrader using a variety of brokers, including Trading Station Securities and Interactive Brokers amongst others. Trading Station has their own automation program, and I had Zen AutoTrader built for me by fellow trader and expert programmer Joseph Grove of Houston, Texas to automatically execute my Zenware determined orders on the Interactive Brokers trading platform. Zenware. Basically, this is a stop and reverse approach within 4 different trading strategies that attempts to keep me in the flow at the times that I am in the market. My major inputs are simply which strategy I will use, what the switch parameters are, and what hours I will trade. I do not carry overnight positions and what my initial position will be. Once I have placed my first order, the software rules all decisions. It adds to my winning positions and cuts the losers automatically. As all traders know, cutting losses is essential, and with this program, it is done automatically for me. No room for my ego to jump in and interfere. All I have to do is let the program do its thing. At the end of the trading session, I am flat. Zenware runs on the Trading Station trading platform. My Zen AutoTrader emulates the Zenware program, but does not allow for backtesting. I use it with my Interactive Brokers trading. Here is how I start my trading day. After I check my email, I log into my Interactive Brokers account. Screenshot of Interactive Brokers trading platform. I then determine the hours that I am going to trade. I do not trade all day long, as I have found that there are better and worse hours to trade. I am also flat at the end of the day. I do not have to hesitate. My program does all this for me without egoist interference. I then review the action coming into the period I am going to enter my first order. Depending upon what I see, I either enter long or short. I also need to enter the amount of price movement that I will accept before adding to my position or exiting and reversing. This also depends upon which of the 4 strategies I choose to use that day. Once I have decided those elements, my software program does everything else. The program enters all orders automatically for instant execution based upon my inputs. Some people enter the market by using a coin flip and then let their rules dictate the next move. Everyone is different and have their own ego needs. By plugging in the first trade, long or short, the fear of completely letting go is somewhat abated. Truthfully, I am not sure if it matters one way or the other how you decide what the first trade of the day should be. What really counts is how you behave after you are in the market. Automated, rules-based trading ensures that you will follow the rules and not be overruled by your ego. Screenshot of Zen AutoTrader, or I could use TradeStation as automation program. Screenshot of Zenware formatting page for inputs. Zen in the markets. Confessions of a Samurai Trader 73. Screenshot of Zenware formatting page for inputs. Zen in the markets. Confessions of a Samurai Trader 74. Screenshot of TradeStation trading platform with orders from Zenware. Zen in the markets. Confessions of a Samurai Trader 75. Backtesting. I do backtesting knowing full well that past results are no guarantee of future performance. I change the time frame, switch parameter, entry position and how far back to test. Screenshot of settings for backtesting. Zen in the markets. Confessions of a Samurai Trader 76. Backtesting results. N. Zen in the markets. Confessions of a Samurai Trader 7.